period.
It's Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. It's 4 p.m. Lindsay, could you please call the roll, please?
Creed,
Here.
Nemec,
Name it here.
Begay. Do you want to move to excuse?
You want to make a motion? Yeah, we want to make a motion to excuse Vaughn Begitt and Tim Benazak.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Beeson,
Here?
Rupp,
Here.
Docket,
Here.
and Benajak excused. Quorum present.
Okay, thank you. Everyone could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are there any changes to the agenda? Yeah. I am going to make one little small change. We're going to do presentation number 2, the Bay County Library System first, and then the item number 1, the recognition of Xander Walraven, that will be second. So I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Move to approve as amended.
Support?
It's been moved and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the April 7th, 2026 meeting.
So move.
Support.
She supported.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. At this point of the meeting where we would have public input, is there anyone here that would like to address the commission? State your name and... Yeah, 3 minutes.
Yes, my name is Paul Travis. I live at 703 South Arbor in Bay City. I presently serve as chairperson of the Bay County Library Board. I've been honored to do that. This board has approved me for a second term, and I will be serving until 2029. I am so honored because I can't believe, as I've been on the board for these multiple years, how many things are happening in the Bay County Library System, much beyond people taking out books, which they do readily. But I was taken back at our last meeting when we had 50 people. A meeting, we have normally 0 people coming. We had 50 people coming to our board meeting, and the breadth of comments was amazing how the library system has impacted their lives. We had a young man who kind of started out, and I spoke to him afterward because I was so moved. He said that he had kind of some rough times in his youth, but one place he felt comfortable where staff members treated him so well that he hung out at the library many times to sort out his life a bit and get great books that contributed to him and continued to the rest of his life. We had mothers come in and talk about how one of our staff members became so it was so impressive to him that when she had to leave for another job, he was upset. And that's the kind of employees that we have in our system. It's so remarkable. At the end of our session with, like I say, over 50 people, of which there probably over a dozen spoke, and maybe some others would have, but some of them said things that reflected their own philosophies. I actually got emotional when I thanked them because the amount of people that mentioned so many different things that impacted them that it really moved me. And it continues to, I can't say how much I honored to be on the library board. And one of the things that I especially appreciate is that, we get a packet, I'm sure you do too, and we have financial reports and before every meeting. And I always go over those diligently. And I know somebody had implied that people rubber stamp everything. Well, I surely haven't done that. I look over those reports. Maybe we'll call Kirsten and Kevin, are very highly responsible leaders, and beforehand or surely at the meeting. And I know other board members function similarly. So I'm very proud of that about our board. And then one of the things I especially remember is that the board member who has left us questioned me about being a rubber stamp. And I said, I have grown to have great faith in our two leaders, Trish Burns before, now Kirsten Wellnitz, and as a director, and Kevin, who's been our finance guy for 20 years, and was here too for this, for the county commission. I've grown to trust them, and when I said that to our now gone commissioner, he says, I don't trust anybody. Now, I find that really hard to believe that this board doesn't trust Jim. He's gained your trust. And I think that's an important part of being a board member. And I can go on many things, but you got a long night of business, and I just want to say thank you for having your trust in me as a board member in my second 5-year term, and I'm glad to continue. It's a great place to work as a volunteer. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to address the commission? Is there anyone else that would like to address the commission? Going once, going twice? Public input is closed. At this time, petitions and communications, like I said earlier, I'd like to welcome from the Bay County Library System with an update, Kirsten Wellnitz and Kevin Ayala. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having us today. We really appreciate this opportunity to talk about our favorite topic, the library. So we also appreciate all of the commissioners taking the time over the past month to come over and meet with us to talk about the library and answer any questions and concerns you have too. We really appreciate you taking the time to do that because we know your time is valuable. So my name is Kirsten Wellnitz. I am the director of the Bay County Library System. I have this privilege starting in September in this role, but I am not a stranger to the library system as I've been there for 16 years, and I have had the honor of managing every branch and the bookmobile. I think I'm the only person that's had that opportunity. So a little bit about the library system. We are 52 years old, and we account for 4 branches and a bookmobile. The Alice and Jack Wirt Library, which is just across the street, turned 20 years old on February 14th, if you can believe that. Sage Library, which is the oldest operating library in the state of Michigan, which is 1.5 miles across the river on Midland Street. And we also have the Pinconning Library, which is in downtown, right across from the post office. And we have Auburn Library, which is across the street in Kitty Corner from Western High School. And also our bookmobile, which travels to over 45 stops a month, and it goes to daycare, schools, apartments, assisted living, so it hits all the areas of the county where there might not be a library branch nearby. Next, we have our mission statement that I'll put up for you to read. The community is the heart of the library. All of the programs and services that we provide are in response to the community needs and wants, and we have staff who are very in tune with having conversations with people that come into the library, as well as when we're outside of the library buildings at outreach events or in schools, just asking, what are the needs, what are the wants, and we try to make sure that we are meeting those with having the conversations. And we do have wonderful staff. They are the heart of the library system as well. And we are the only place that you can go that you can just be. You don't have to buy anything. You can just sit and read the newspaper. And we are there for everyone regardless of origin, age, background, views, belief, or socioeconomic status. We are the only place that is welcome and open to everyone. So we are open to all ages. We serve from birth until 110. And we are children's first point of literacy at birth. Every baby that is born at the McLaren Hospital receives a baby bag, which has a board book that is provided by the Friends of the Library System. They pay for that. And it has a library card application as well as information on library services and how we can serve them as a new family here in our community. And everything that we do with intention. Our story times, our move and grooves, you might think, oh, it's just singing songs and dancing or reading a story, but it's built around the Ready to Read Michigan's 5 principles of early literacy, which are talk, sing, read, write, and play. So everything we do has intention. And then teens. We are a safe space for teens. We're right across from Western High School and middle school. They come over after school, and we're a safe place until their parents can pick them up after work. And we do meet them where they're at with their needs, and they're really into gaming, so we've started a gaming club there for those that come after school, so they have something to do while they're at the library. And also meeting them where they are. Teens are busy, so they may not come into the building as much, but we have things like book boxes where they can get a box that has a craft and a snack and a book in it that they can take home and do it when they have the chance to. And then adults, we have all sorts of opportunities for adults where they can learn and engage with others, whether it's a book club, we have genealogy classes, technology help, speakers, music programs, and I'm sure you're all aware of an epidemic of loneliness that has gone on since the pandemic. So we have groups like knitting, Scrabble, cribbage, where people can go and they can meet others and be around other people. So some services that are available inside of our buildings are listed here that you might not be aware of. Obviously, we have books and our ebooks, music, DVDs. We do have a seed library that is now open over at the Wirt Library. We also have puzzles for people with dementia and reminisce kits that can help people that are dealing with that. Study rooms and meeting rooms are a huge draw for people to come. So if you need a place to study or tutor or take a Zoom call, we also have a memory lab where you can transfer all of your old VHS or camcorders to a digital format. So it's a good gift if you want to take that old wedding video and transfer it to a digital format for a gift or for Christmas. And we have a library of things where that has items that you might not want to purchase or to try first. So we have like a metal detector if you want to see where the lines are in your yard before you put up a tent. We have a graphing calculator. There are things like that you put on your car to see what might be wrong with your car that might need to be fixed. Radon detectors, moisture detectors. We also have notary and proctoring services as well at the branches. Partnerships. We love to partner with different businesses and organizations in the community, and we're always looking for different ways to work with them. Some of the ways that we do are with the Literacy Council of Bay County. We are the spot where the tutors come for the after-school tutoring or the summer tutoring at all of our branches. We partner with the Department on Aging. We have the movie and lunch over at the Wirt Library. With United Way, we have been a spot for the VITA tax preparation, and we also have a link on all of the adult computers that has the link for their direct assistance. And if you know of any other ways that we can partner with different organizations, we are always looking for new and different ways. Our statistics, so here are our 2025 statistics. We are still used. Our library's still relevant. Yes, we are. As you can see, even computers. Everyone thinks people have a computer now so that they don't need to come to the library. Yes, they do. We have over 20,000 people that come to look for jobs, apply for SNAP benefits, printing. A lot of people, to pay the ink cartridges at home is very expensive, where you can print something for 15 cents a page at the library. And our stats have continued to go up from 2020. And one thing, too, about our library cards, I will say we just pulled the quarterly statistics for our new library cards, and from January to the end of March, we've had over 2,000 new library cards that have been given out, which is pretty remarkable. So here you can see our visitors from 2020 up to 2025, which they have steadily gone up, but you will notice that in 2025, they did go down about 10,000. But something I want to point out, you don't have to come into a physical building to use the library. You can do that from home. As you'll see on this slide, the amount of digital items circulated per year from 2024 to 2025, it's gone up over 30,000 just in that 1 year. So you can, from your home, download an ebook or an audiobook, use a database, so you don't have to physically be in the library to utilize us. C is our physical items that are circulated. Again, that's gone down a little bit from 24 to 25, but with the digital resources going up. And then here on the database searches, that has really gone up over 55,000 database searches in a year. So again, it just kind of shows you don't have to be in the library building to use us. And then our programming too. This is something that we're really proud of. Again, you can see consistently have increased the number of programs and the attendees, and within the state of Michigan, we do have to do a state aid report every year, and we are like in the top 15, I would say, libraries with our programming stats. We do really well. Our staff does a great job of thinking of new ideas, listening to the community on what they need and want with programs and services. So we are very proud of that. So now I'm going to hand it over to our Assistant Director, Kevin Ayala, and he is also the Head of Finances, and he's going to talk about his favorite thing, the numbers.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. So I wanted to point out one of the questions that has been brought up, that we've heard is, with the library millage renewal coming up this year, does the library truly need that funding? And I wanted to point out and show this chart that the millage amount represents 84% of our overall revenue. And the other money major categories that we get is penal fines. Penal fines brings in 3%. Interest on investments, we participate with the county's investment pool. That brings us in about 2%. State gives us about 1.6% in state aid, and the other 9.4 is just made up of donations, late or other type of fees, user fees, and different things like that. So the question is, do we truly need the library millage? Yes, because we still are dependent on 16% of other revenue on top of the 84% of the millage. So we truly are dependent on that. And overall, for revenue, as far as 2026, our operating budget for 2026 is going to be $7 million. And so here's our 2026 expenditures broken down by the 3 different categories. Personnel services are at 62.6%. Supplies is at 2.2, building, program, and also material purchases make up the other 35%. I've been with the library system for 25 years, and it's always been one of my things that I looked for is the personnel services. If that can stay under 70%, that's always kind of been a rule of thumb. If you can keep that under 70%, that means you're managing your staff efficiently with the services you're providing. And so I just wanted to point that out, that we've done a really good job of keeping our personnel services low. Since I've been there for 25 years, I do want to point out that over the years, with the county's experience, the same thing too, where you have up and downs of revenue. I never thought we'd see the day where you'd have declining property values like we did with the housing crisis in 2008. Those were some lean times that we had to go through, and at those times, we did what many other people would do. Is someone retires, you can't replace them. We went as far as in 2012, we had to close our pension to new hires in 2012. I believe we're the only unit of county government that has a closed pension to new hires. So we did our belt tightening back then, and we had to do what we had to do to make ends meet. So I just wanted to point that out, that we have done what we needed to do. The other things that we take pride in is for those that are still on pension, there's a few. We are 100% funded in the pension. We participate with the county's pension plan. The VEBA, we are 100% funded in our VEBA. And I just want to point out too, with the VEBA, for the whole time I've been with the county, when an employee retires, only the employee health insurance is paid for. We have never offered health insurance for spouses or dependents. So that's one thing that we've always kept a tight rein on, is controlling our expenses that way. So just wanted to highlight those. When I came to the library, it was right after the construction millage passed in August of 2020, and we were operating at the Carnegie Library down the street 2 blocks, and when I seen what was going to be built and then the renovations that were going to happen at that time, we had roughly a $200,000 fund balance when I started in 2000. So I knew, based on the size that the library is across the street, based on what we were growing, our footprint was going to, we had to make sure that we started setting money aside for future building maintenance and repairs. And so over the last 24 years, we made it an effort to make sure that we set money aside, because when you look at the size of the library that we have and the different pieces of equipment that we now have, and all the moving parts that are required to have in the buildings that we have, you are going to have to deal with some replacement. So this is just a quick snapshot of, we started this maybe 5 years ago, earmarking what we think that is going to need to be replaced any given year. And so when you add up all these numbers right here, our building maintenance plan, if everything was to happen as we have it earmarked, those numbers right there total about $4.7 million in repair and maintenance. Right now, we carry a fund balance, operating fund balance of like $5 million. So we do have the funds to take care of what we need to. We know it's a non-starter to have to go back to the taxpayers and ask for a sinking fund. We know we can't come to the county commission and ask for any funding. So we are proud of the fact that we have done our due diligence and we have set money aside to take care of any future requirements that we need to. Now we're going to get into the claims that were made during the removal of our last library board member. And so we just wanted to address some of those.
I know the one thing that has come up is we have all 115 staff members, I think it was quoted as being stated. Well, we have 112 total staff, or 115 full-time staff members, I should clarify. We only have 38 full-time employees, 28 part-time, 19 shelving pages, which are like the high school, college-age students that put the books back on the shelves, and we have 27 on-call substitutes where if we have someone on vacation or calls in sick, that we can call in to come in, and not on a regular basis, just on an as needed. And I know the statement was made that we are mismanaged. Well, we are audited on an annual basis with the county, for a little section of your audit as well, and there have not been any areas of concern resulting from any of these audits over the years. The other one was on the bylaws for the Board of Trustees. There were changes that were approved by the board as a whole in November of 2024 at one of their regular meetings. As you can see, those were the lines that were removed, and those are things that needed to be removed because those are not items that a library board member should have responsibility for. So that was just to clean up the language, and then a line was added, adding to the director's responsibilities for the day-to-day operations. And then I know we keep getting compared to every libraries. I know we do have that state aid report that we do have to submit information to every year. You can't compare apples to apples with libraries. We are a county library system. Saginaw and Muskegon are district libraries. It's not the whole county, it's just a little section of a county. So you have to look at things like the number of buildings, the square footage of those buildings, the hours of operation, the size of the population served, which is different. So we are all so very different, so you can't really compare. And we're a Class 6 library, which is the biggest library because of our population size being over 100,000. There are only 3 county library systems that are a Class 6. So when you even compare us to the other 2 in the state, there are a lot of differences in the population served, the number of buildings, the square footage of those buildings. So, I mean, that is good information to have to compare to other systems, but it's not apples to apples whatsoever.
All right, and this brings us to the one important thing we have going on this year is our library millage renewal. Last month at our board meeting, the library approved what we're calling option 1. Soon, hopefully, the county commission will be entertaining that request from our board. But I just wanted to point out, we did this 6 years ago. You know, you have to take a snapshot. What's the next 6 years going to look like? Again, it's your best guess as to what you think was going to happen over the next 6 years, which all of us really know what's going to happen. But you do your best to try to project and plan in some assumptions. And so that's what we've done. And even trying to be somewhat hopeful, and it shows that coming out of starting next year, we will have a slight shortfall, and each year, if our assumptions hold true, that slight shortfall will slowly increase. But again, we've been in this situation before when we did the last projection. We in familiar territory with how to handle it. We know how to adjust things, and we've complete confidence that we'll continue to be able to maintain the level of services that we provide right now and do whatever's necessary to make the cuts if needed, but it'll be minimal impact to the public. But again, the only thing we can do, and like I said, I've been there 25 years, you can only see what's going to happen like next year. I mean, it's so hard to try to project out for 6 years, but at least this gives us a snapshot, and now it lets us start preparing to get ready for these type of things. In our proposal that we always have, and I can't remember the last time we've added a new staff member, but for the next 6 years, we have no plans to like increase staffing sizes, to do any type of hirings of bringing on additional staff. We feel we got the right size of a library system, staff-wise, program-wise, hours operation-wise, and from the feedback we're getting from the public, we're hearing that they're happy with it too. So our goal is to continue to offer the same service and just basically ask for a renewal at the reduced Headley rollback rate of 1.7399. We're not even going to ask to have it rolled back up to this 1.75, and we feel that that's, is manageable on our behalf. So.
Does anybody have any questions?
How long does the millage last? I mean, if it gets approved next year, was it a?
6 years. It's
Oh, it is 6 years, okay.
Yep.
Just, all right.
Anyone else have any questions? Mr. Dockett?
So the 38 full-time employees obviously is not 115, but can you walk us through what the 38 employees roughly do, what their responsibilities are?
Yeah, I'll take that. I actually have the layout right here. So we have roughly, when it comes to our makeup, we have a head of maintenance. So we have it's in charge of all our facilities. We have Kirsten's director, I'm the assistant director. We have a marketing person. So when it comes to our administration, we are very lean. For example, for a system our size, $7 million budget, we have one IT guy that is running our whole system. Yes, it's probably light. We're probably foolish for doing that, but we've managed and it's working. So another area where we kind of share or, have a belt tightening going on is we have one manager that is in charge of Auburn and Pinconning. So in the past, we've had one at each location. So we do try to take advantage of those situations that create, that pop up and where we can save money and without risking any type of service to the public. So again, we have roughly 8 master's library science degree librarians, which when you look at us on a state aid comparison, that's kind of light for a library system our size, but again, it works for us because any more or additional staffing that you're going to bring on is definitely going to have an impact on the budget. So, of course, we know across the street, our Wirt Library, of course, is going to have the biggest staff, but then our Pinconning Library will have the smallest staff. They have 6 employees up there. Auburn has 8 employees. Sage has 11 employees. And so when you look at the makeup of the library system, again, we have a good complement spread out, and we're, I guess, attending to the needs that the public wants from us.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, 10-ish full-time employees to run each of the 4 branches makes sense to me. I mean, that's reasonable. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions?
Just have comments, Chair. Thank both of you and also Mr. Travis for sort of sharing all this valuable information today. It is helpful to be reminded, I guess, of how many people who impact across the county. I mean, I'm even impressed with the numbers I'm seeing there with, I mean, we're a county of 103,000 people, and it looks like the library is being very well utilized. So.
What we want to point out too, when Y2K was going on with turn of the internet and everything, for first thing people are saying, we don't need libraries anymore, right? We got the internet. We've got libraries. We don't need the internet. Well, now here we are, 25, 26 years removed, and you can see the numbers. We are still heavily used even now today. Now the next thing, of course, is AI. AI is going to replace libraries. Yep, bring them on. We had to deal with that in the past. We're ready for it. But you just can't replace that human aspect, that human touch that you get when you come to the library. So, yeah.
Thank you for coming here today. Appreciate it. We're truly blessed to have such a great library system here in Bay County. I would anticipate that we'll have in the May full board meeting the approval for the renewal of the library millage. Tentatively, it's May. So thank you again for coming today and doing the presentation. Next, I'm going to go back to item 1, to recognizing Xander.
You need to move to receive.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Motion to receive.
Support.
Motion to receive. Been moved and supported. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Sorry about that. Back to item 1 on the presentations, recognizing Xander Walraven's academic achievement.
I would like Xander to come forward in here, and also his mother and father. Get that leave, so thank you so much. Can't fit you one side. I don't know, should I bring up my state kids too? I'll go to the state girls come too. My name is Eileen Marshall. I'm president of St. Bridget Division. Ladies Sanctuary Hibernians, we're a Catholic Irish group that promotes Christian charitable works in our community. Been doing this for 25 years. And we feed the poor, and we help the needy, and we do an Irish writing contest every year. I got a big mouth. That knows me, I got a big mouth. And we also do an Irish writing contest. Could you come this way?
Yeah.
And I am so happy to announce today that St. Bridget's winner of the Irish writing contest is Xander Walraven. When I had his essay judge, they couldn't believe he was in the 7th grade. They thought he was a senior. He's a very intelligent young man, and we are very, very proud of him. Baytown is very proud of you. I'm very proud of you. And you know what? You didn't do this till you were 12th grade. So, on behalf of St. Bridget, who we first got it through, I would like to present you with a certificate and a check. Xander and Shauna and Brad, you've done a very good job on raising this young man, and I am so proud to say that Bay County has first place. Your essay was exceptional, and you know what? You're a very gifted young man, and Bay County appreciates you. And for all of you parents out there, we do the Irish writing contest once a year. It goes to the local division, it's then sent to the state division, and then the state, and this is Ann Lizette, she's our state Irish historian. She come from Brighton today to be here to do this honor. And this is Mary Marks, she's our state president. She come from Canton to be here. And I'm honored, I'm so honored that my sisters traveled for this special event. And I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna give it to my state historian, Ann Lizette.
Thank you for having us today. We really appreciate that. And we're very honored that Xander provided with us such a wonderful, wonderful writing. And from the state board, we're offering you a $100 check in winning the first place award for the state of Michigan. Congratulations to you, family.
Thank you. And to your remarks on behalf of our state president, would you like to say anything here?
I'm sorry, I was late.
And congratulations. And we see you here. And if we could just get Jim Bush, you come up and get a picture with us. Can you stand up and get a picture?
On behalf of the Bay County Board of Commissioners, we have passed a resolution that I'm going to present to Xander. In recognition of his outstanding achievement, we're really proud of you and look forward to many great things coming from you as a Bay County resident. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm going to read it for you. By the Bay County Board of Commissioners, whereas Xander Walraven, a resident of Essentsville, Michigan, is a 7th grade student of Saginaw Arts and Science Academy in the Math and Science concentration, and whereas Xander is the son of Brett and Shauna Walraven and the proud brother of Harper Walraven, and whereas Xander has shown remarkable compassion and dedication to community service, serving as an active fundraiser for the Angelman Syndrome Foundation in honor of his sister. And whereas Xander recently participated in the 2025 LAOH Irish History Contest, sponsored by the Ladies of Ancient Order of Hibernians on the topic, How the Irish Impacted the Outcome of the American Revolution. And whereas this essay highlighted the often under-recognized critical contributions of Irish descendant figures such as Commodore John Barry, Major General John Sullivan, and Dr. James McHenry, arguing that the influence and the service of the Irish people played a decisive role in shaping the outcome of the American Revolution. And whereas, through his thoughtful research, historical analysis, and articulate writing, Xander won the local division of the 2025 LAOH Irish History Contest and has advanced to the national competition, bringing honor and distinction to himself, his family, his school, and the Bay County community. Therefore, be it resolved that the Bay County Board of Commissioners and Bay County Executive hereby recognize and honor Xander Walraven for his outstanding academic achievement community leadership, and commitment to service. Be it further resolved that the board and executive commend Xander for exemplifying the very best qualities of scholarship, compassion, and civic engagement, and wish him continued success as he advances to the national competition and in all his future endeavors. Congratulations.
I think brief remarks. I saw Eileen, and I think she gave my speech. You know what I was going to say?
No, I didn't. I'm not doing that.
But we're honored to have the leadership of Hibernian statewide here for this important event, and Brett, Sean's, and Xander's life. It's a milestone for, I know it's a milestone for launching a great career, probably serves following the legacy of your parents. And you know, don't get too big ahead because you had a head start with great DNA. When he was young, he stopped in my office, and it was always such a pleasure to see him. And I give him a little bit of money, a couple of bucks for the candy. So that check buy a lot of candy. I know you've gotten very tall, and I tell you, we are so proud of you. You are the future of our county, our state, and our country. We symbolize and embody all of the great attributes that leaders carry with them throughout their life, starting at such a young age, knowing all your other activities, but then receiving the honor statewide as the #1 essay in the state of Michigan of 10 million people and numerous chapters of the Hibernians across the state. It's quite an honor at your age, but it is great to see you again. We miss you since your mom left us to go over to the Bay Area Community Foundation, and she's so appreciative of the leadership over there. We don't get to see as often in the county building, but don't be a stranger. It's not too far from there. I know Brett, you get in here now and then, but we miss seeing Xander as often as we have a chance to see him when his mom was doing a great job as our Bay County treasurer. So Sean, Brett, Xander, and special guest Eileen, and you, congratulations. Thank you for sponsoring this essay contest to help prepare our younger generation for the challenges ahead as we evolve as a society. But looking back at the history of the American Revolution and the William Parrish contribution to that is an amazing topic. And obviously, you're the #1 guy in the state of Michigan when it comes to sharing that information statewide. So congratulations, Xander. It's great to see you again. We're so very proud of you. Thank you.
And on behalf of the Hibernian Footbridge Division, I'd like to thank the county commissioners and County Executive Jim Barsha for putting this on your docket and allowing this good thing to happen to this budget. Truly appreciate it. We look for some more winners next year. And thank you so much. We truly appreciate what you've done.
Thanks, Eileen.
Yeah.
I entertain a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, item B on the agenda under petitions and communications, Board of Commissioners authorize a land lease agreement, Tag Towers LLC. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Support.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item C, Director of 911 Central Dispatch, Core Technology Annual Maintenance Agreement 2026. I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Do we have any questions? Ryan's here. Yes, question, okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item D, we were going to have a presentation by our equalization director and have him here to answer any questions, but his wife is having a baby, so he won't be here today. So under equalization director, 2026 equalization report, entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Support?
Is there any discussion? I would just say if anybody has any questions about it, it's a pretty straightforward report. Keegan will be available via email or by phone. So, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Under item E, Bay County Courts, Court Administrator, Tyler Technologies Jury Payment Agreement 2026. I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Support?
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 2, Court Administrator, BJA Fiscal Year 25, Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant Grant. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved?
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 3, Director of the Friend of the Court, FOC Office Reorganization 2026. I entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Support?
And moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 4, Director of the Friend of the Court, FOC Office Reconstruction 2026. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Support?
It's been moved and supported. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Under item F, Personnel Director, Brown and Brown Agreement 2026. I entertain a motion to approve.
Move to approve?
Support.
Been moved and supported. Is there any discussions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Are there any referrals? Is there any unfinished business? Is there any new business? Heather, is there any need for closed session today? No, no need for closed session. Thank you. Is there any miscellaneous? Does anyone have any announcements? Mr. Barsha?
Could, Mr. Chairman, I wanted to announce two things. I prepared a proclamation for a gentleman from Bay County, Dennis Ray Martin. He had served as a champion of law enforcement at the federal, state, and local levels for his whole career, and we were hoping to present it to him at either this meeting or next, but he did pass away Saturday. And the family had reached out to me, and they had a actual celebration of life before he passed. But we were hoping he could receive that. But perhaps down the road, maybe his widow and his son, Dennis Ray Martin Jr. might come to accept that on behalf of the family. But I will rely on Matt to fill in a few more items from the shelter. But again, May 9th, 2026 will be a free vaccine clinic serving all Bay County residents, and anyone who has a dog or a cat that needs rabies or combo vaccines or microchipping, it's all free. And it's in a partnership from the late Karen Clammer Memorial Fund that pays the cost, so it's not the taxpayers, and it's free to all Bay County residents. And from what I understand, about 500 families come through during that free vaccine clinic that is hosted, is it twice a year?
Twice a year.
Twice a year, yeah.
This will be the first one, and next one in October.
Yes, and that's in combination also with, I think, one company was that donated. Yeah, Chewy, who actually I ordered from for little Benji, my pet, but Chewy donated a whole semi-truck full of pet feed, and that was all distributed free of charge to Bay County families that needed a little boost in their budget for their pets. But you're doing a great job, and as Jesse would point out, I'm sure, as he's frequently by the animal shelter, it's really coming along, and we're so excited about the grand opening plan for this October. I don't know if, Matt, you wanted to fill in anything that,
Just to let people know, and I'll bring it up the week before as well, but it's a great event. If you want to get your animals vaccinated, like we say, it's free, and microchips. So please spread the word, and it's from 12 to 3 on May 9th, Saturday.
yep, May 9th.
Cool.
And
Any
that's
other-
it, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Anyone else, any other announcements? I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.